Next is George Berrier of Penn National Insurance, located in Greensboro, North Carolina.
I saw Sherry give that speech this morning at rehearsal, and it made me tear up then, and it made me tear up now. So it's making it a little bit harder to do this speech right this second, so give me just a minute to get my composure. Congratulations, all new designees. Let's give ourselves another round of applause. I want to provide a little bit of background information. I'm the youngest of 6 children, and my father passed away when I was 4 years old. And my mother, she did not graduate high school. And I saw her work some odd jobs to care for us 3 youngest children. And at the age of 40, she decided to get her GED and go back to school to become a nurse. Now, at the time, I was so young, I didn't quite understand what a huge accomplishment this was for her and how it would inspire my future career. I was the first person in my family to graduate high school, and I started working as a certified nursing assistant in the same nursing home where my mother worked. And I enjoyed working with my mother, but I soon realized that being a nursing assistant wasn't my calling, and I wondered what other career opportunities were out there. So I started my career in the insurance industry in 1998, processing medical claims and doing customer service. And this was something that I found that I was good at and I enjoyed. So bear with me just one moment. Around this time, I was involved in a minor automobile accident. And I know some of you adjusters out there are automatically assuming it was my fault. We won't talk about that. But I received a phone call from an insurance adjuster, and she was so nice, so friendly, and so empathetic. And during our conversation, I could tell by her warmth and the tone in her voice that she really loved her job. And I told her this, and we started talking about her job, and she told me about all the things that she got to do and how she helped people and how she got to investigate the accident to determine who was at fault. And I found all this very interesting, and I asked her, how do I become a claims adjuster? She said, my company required a college degree. So I started researching colleges right then and there and started at High Point University the next fall. Now, I continued working in the insurance industry while going to school, and I finished in 4 years. And I promptly applied to the same company where my awesome adjuster worked and the company that had been on my mind for so long. And guess what? I got the job. I was so happy. I love the company. I loved everything about it. I found my niche. It didn't take long for me to start noticing acronyms behind people's names, and I wondered what they meant. And one of my coworkers had CPCU behind her name, and I asked her, what is a CPCU? Her eyes lit up. She started telling me all about it. And you know what? She had the same tone in her voice as my awesome adjuster did. So I started research and saw that the CPCU was something that I wanted to do. But I wanted to get a little bit more experience before I started my journey, so I started with some other designations, the AIC, the AIS, and the AINS. And my confidence was building, and these designations, they really helped me in my job. So I was ready to begin. But life threw me a little bit of a curveball. My mom got really sick. She couldn't take care of herself, and she couldn't live on her own. So we had a decision to make: nursing home or move her in with my family so I could take care of her. Now, my mom had always taken care of me, so the decision before us was pretty clear. We moved her in with me, my husband, and our 3 dogs, and it was the best decision we ever made. Granted, this was an adjustment period for everyone involved. And during this adjustment period, I knew that I wanted to continue learning and growing in my career. But I knew balancing a marriage, a full-time job, and being a full-time caregiver wasn't going to be easy. But this is something I really wanted to do. So I decided to go for it. Plus, I told my husband, Brandon, we can go to Hawaii if I finish all my designations by June 15th. His response, you had me at Hawaii, what can I do to help? He was so supportive. He would listen to me read, and I would often summarize everything that I just learned. And I would soon realize that the majority of the time that I was doing this, I was talking to myself because he had fallen fast asleep. Now, my company, Penn National Insurance, they were amazing. They provided me a day off to study for each exam, a day off to take each exam, and a financial incentive, a bonus for each exam that I passed. And my manager, Nicole Sherrill, she was very supportive because she always provided words of encouragement. And she always got so excited every time that I came in and told her I passed another exam. My team members, I really don't know what I would have done without them because they handled my claims and they took care of my customers in my absence. With the support of all these people, I was able to complete my designation in 19 months. And I am so proud of this accomplishment. And I now know that with the support of my family and my work family, that I could accomplish anything. Thank you so much.
Thank you, George. Please join me again in showing our appreciation for this year's class spokesman.